Hi class, this is Mr. Tech, and today we are looking at marshals and specifically focus 4. And P4 says produce and evaluate a marketing plan. But before we start, look around you, and we are on the top of Box Hill. You may have seen this in P3, and it's a beautiful day. It's lovely, and I'm on the top of a hill in Box Hill in Surrey off the A217. Absolutely beautiful. If you look around you, you can see these beautiful hills. Such a lovely place to come and have a little barbecue and have a picnic and to bring the family, and it's absolutely stunning. So P4 is the last of the past questions for the past criteria, and P4, as I said, means says to produce and evaluate a marketing plan. And you know, I think a lot of students are getting mixed up here with this question, and they're missing things out. So not only must you produce a marketing plan. Now, when I mean produce one in terms of coming up with a marketing plan for a specific aim or a specific objective. But we will go through that in terms of what a marketing plan consists of. But the second part of the question, it says produce and evaluate a marketing plan. So you have to evaluate it. After you produce the marketing plan, you have to evaluate it. Key word here. So what does evaluate mean? Well, evaluate means to look at the pros and the cons, to look at the advantages and disadvantages of your marketing plan. So after you've finished your marketing plan, you must state what the advantages and disadvantages are of that plan. Okay, so let's go forward and say we're going to do a marketing plan. So what does a marketing plan consist of? Well, what is a marketing plan? A marketing plan is to really say what are you trying to achieve, and basically why are you doing this, and how are you going to achieve this. It has various sections to it. A marketing plan will obviously have an executive summary. An executive summary you would produce at the end. You can't do it first because you don't have the information. So once you have your analysis and your plan in terms of what you're going to do with your marketing strategy and your marketing mix and your implementation and control, then you summarize all this and you produce an executive summary. An executive summary basically is what the directors and the main people who you give the report to would basically read, because predominantly they wouldn't go through all the fine detail. They would look at the executive summary to sum up what are their options and what should they be doing. That's the first thing. Then the next thing that we would need to do, obviously you might want to give an introduction into why you're doing this. Then you might want to give a situational analysis of why you've got this marketing plan. A situation analysis in terms of the internal and external factors. Internal, like a SWOT analysis, the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. And keeping it simple, maybe an external analysis using PESTEL: political, economic, social, technological, legal and environmental. If I just say that again, what political things are happening, social things, economic things, technological things, legal things and environmental things. So what things are actually happening that can affect your company and that are affecting your company, so that you must take action. And if you don't take action, then what are the consequences going to be if you don't? So, you know, this gives what the current situation is and the need for action or not. The next thing is going to be a marketing strategy. The marketing strategy obviously will have, as we've looked at before, 3 parts: segmentation, targeting and positioning. Segmentation, for instance, if we use Zara, segmentation of Zara's target market is 65 85% women, 25% men, 10% children. Their targeting strategy is to say, within those 65% women, men, we are looking for people who earn £45,000 plus and are of a certain social class, who we know are going to go out and want this type of fashion, latest trends and everything else, and want to buy it. And their positioning strategy, is positioning the product in the minds of consumers, what the end consumer actually thinks about the product. So the positioning strategy being for Zara, how Zara type customers see Zara as being trendy, affordable fashion. Trendy, affordable fashion. Okay, so they see them as very fashionable, the latest fashion, but affordable fashion. And then the marketing mix. What are you going to do in terms of the marketing mix? The marketing mix can include the marketing mix, the 4 Ps, the product, the price, the place, promotion, and if you wanted to include the extended marketing mix, the people, the process, and the physical evidence. So what are you going to do with these in relation to achieving your objectives? See, here is where a lot of students are going wrong. So what a lot of students are doing is they are saying, okay, they're taking the case study, say Apple, and they're saying, okay, the strengths and weaknesses, the SWOT analysis and the pestle of Apple are this, this and this. Okay, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But then when you're going into your marketing strategy, you've got your objective, but you're not linking what your marketing strategy is for your objective. You're saying what your marketing strategy is for Apple, but not what the marketing strategy should be for your objective. And the same for the use of the marketing mix. You're saying what Apple are doing, or what the company, your case study is doing for the marketing mix, the product. They're doing this for the product, they're doing this for the price. But no, you need to say, well, the product, this is what we need to be doing for the product to achieve that objective. This is what we need to be doing for the pricing to achieve that objective. This is what we need to be doing for the place to achieve that objective, and so on and so forth. So the product, price, place, promotion, the people, process, and physical evidence all need to be linked into your objective. They can't be separate, and you can't just be talking about what the 7 Ps are for Apple, but really what they should be for your objective. And then the implementation and control, how you're going to monitor and control this and implement this for your objective. So the first thing then you need to do is what? Yes, you're right. The first thing you need to do is to determine what your objective is. If you do not know what your objective is, then you can't have a marketing plan, because you don't know what you're trying to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. And not only do you know what you want to achieve, your objectives has got to be specific. It can't be woolly and it can't be vague. So for instance, you could say, I want to increase sales. Well, if you just want to increase sales, doesn't mean anything to anyone. I want to increase sales by 10%. Okay, it's a bit more specific, but from what period to what period? I want to increase sales in the iPhone 8 by 10% by comparing it to the sales of iPhone 7 from the same time last year, in the last financial year, between 2017 to 2018, to 2018 to 2019 by 10% of increase in the iPhone 8 in direct comparison to the sales volumes of the iPhone 7 in the same financial year. Here we're being specific, we've got a sales target. So again, you must be specific in terms of what you want to achieve. I'm going to talk to you about a product I marketed. This is a product I marketed when I had my first job. The company I worked for was Metro Products, and I was given the task of the marketing, not manager at that time, but the product manager for this product called Stop Lock. It's a mechanical steering wheel immobilizer. It has an outer casing. It didn't have this light on it before. It has an outer casing combined with ABS and polycarbonate. It has a soft outer covering. It's molded. Excuse the interior. It's been locked away for a long time. And if you can see this, it has a through hardened steel bar. Before it used to have this is a case hardened, and then later on they made a through hardened steel bar. It has a tumbler lock of 10,000 different variations, 3 keys, and internal mechanisms to stop the lock from being prized open. So it took only 3 seconds to fit onto the car. So it was, because of the colour, it was highly visible, easy to use, and strong 10,000 different variation. So when I first went into the company, I was given the task of marketing this. In fact, the production manager who owned 50% of the company, he actually said to me he didn't really believe in marketing at the time, and he thought that marketing people were a waste of time. But nevertheless, the sales and marketing director believed that they needed a marketing or product guy who could work with the company. So they employed me. And the first task I was given, really, they gave me £30,000. And they said they wanted to put this budget aside and they wanted to see if marketing can work.